What's up YouTube? This is Joe from Team Deathmeta giving you a deck list today. This is a deck that the archetype that I've been keeping my eye on for a while is raidraptors. I'm sure some of you have also been keeping an eye on them. It's a very interesting deck, an archetype that essentially a mimic to Blackwings in a way, but instead of synchro summoning they exceed summon. Now, I've gone more attached to Exceed Summoning. I just find it a more fun and enjoyable and kind of easier method to build a deck around than all the other summons. Though I do miss all the other summons. That's why, as you've seen in my previous videos, I've now got a Fluffle deck, and I called it my main fusion deck. That's when I want to, if I want to in the mood to play a fusion based deck, or I would just literally want to just do tons of fusion summonings, that's the deck that I will go to. I'm waiting on the Synchron deck to come out, so then I could probably try and make a Synchron based deck, though by the looks of it we're getting a lot of Jack Atlas themed stuff. And hopefully we'll be able to make a Red Dragon deck, for 2 new synchros have been out since the making of this video. But moving on back to the topic at hand, Raidraptors again is an archetype that I've been looking at, and I've been trying new builds, and this is a build I just recently put together, and it's probably the build that I've had most success with in terms of consistent plays and just bringing out stuff on the board and keeping board presence using the Raidraptors. This deck, though, unfortunately won't be made in IRL until we have Fuzzy Lanius, so the next set, Clash of Rebellions, will give us the Fuzzy Lanius, and then we'll be able to do a lot more consistent plays with the Raidraptors, just Fuzzy Lanius alone. And now I've taken a page or two from the new summoning combo, you could say, called Clown Blade, where you use the heroics, meaning Assault Halberd and Thousand Blades, along with the new clown archetype that's coming out, or not really a clown archetype, the Entomage archetype, using their life point costs, you can get Thousand Blades back easier, and then you play Assault Halberd, and just them lot being searchable by themselves, making rank 4 plays more consistent. Now I wanted to use that and combine it with the Raidraptors along with a Kage to Kage, an old level 4 that people seem to have forgotten about, and it's quite good. Being able to just special summon this guy from your hand and go into a rank 4 play, and being searchable by one of your Xyzs is King of the Feral Imps, you can go into a lot of plays with Kage to Kage. Now, and Raidraptors do the similar thing in a way to the Entomages, the fact that they all search themselves and just swarm the field. So I'm trying to combine this with the heroics, and this is what I've come up with. So I'll get onto the actual deck profile, and you will see what I mean. So for the Raidraptors, I've just gone with 3 Vanishing Lanius, 3 Fuzzy Lanius, and 3 Mimicry Lanius. And I picked these ones just for the fact that they all just do the plays that you need for the deck. Vanishing Lanius just gets more raptors on the board for you to go into your plays. Fuzzy Lanius searches himself when he's sent to the graveyard, as well as being to special summon himself if you just control a Raidraptor. So already we got a play here. We got the board spammer, we got the special summoner plus searcher, and so you can just go into a simple rank 4 right here. And then for the Mimicry Lanius, he as well does something as well as Fuzzy Lanius. The fact he searches any Raidraptor card from your deck when he's sent to the graveyard. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent this turn. Okay, yeah. So yeah, not as simple as I said it before. You have to banish it, but it's still, you get a search out by just sending it to the graveyard. which is very handy for this deck. And then already, so we've got our main board here, the main theme of the deck being raidraptors, and they all search majority of the deck, which is fantastic. Then we have one black wing Zephyros the Elite, just another winged beast level 4 that can special summon itself fairly easily, so I put him in here, plus he combos well with the 1,000 blades. Then for the heroics, I just gone with 3 assault halberd and 2,000 blades. The assault halberd is just a fantastic monster. He's similar to Photon Thrasher, except when he does damage, he gets another search of a heroic card, and he can do piercing damage. So I've gone with 3 of him. Just start of your turn, just play him. If you go second, play him, go into your Raidraptor, then you can go into your Mimicry Lanius, then you can special summon your Fuzzy Lanius, and then also you can normal summon, special summon Kage to Kage, and all of those are very easy to get into your hand. It's a very simple play. And then 2,000 Blades, again combos well with the Zephyros, because he takes 400 of your life points, so you can special summon 1,000 Blades from your grave, and then you got rank 4 right there. And then he also searches out heroics, but you don't really use that effect too much, though you can do it. It is possible. And then we got 3 Kage to Kage, just more level 4 spam onto the board, and summon a monk, search out every one of your monsters in the deck other than Kage to Kage, but we have other ways of searching him out. That's for the monsters. 20 monsters. It's a higher monster count than most of my decks, but this is the monster count that you need, and it's a very consistent monster count. For the spells, we've got 2 Raidraptor's Nest, searchable via Mimicry Lanius, and it searches out any Raidraptor from your deck, and it can also bring back from the grave as well. And getting 2 Raidraptors on the board is not hard at all in this deck, and so it's a very consistent card. So we want 2 of that. 1 reinforcements of the army. We do have 5 warriors in here, so 1 reinforcements is good. 1 foolish burial, because we do grave manipulations a little bit in this deck, as well as Zephyros the Elite combos very well with burial, so we want 1 of that. 1 Allure of Darkness, because we have tons of darks in the deck. 15 of our monsters are darks, so Allure of Darkness is a must. And then we have 2 MSTs, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Cult. You can change out Dark Cult for Regeki. I've just got 1 Regeki in IRL, so I use Dark Cult for this deck. But 1 Regeki would just do fine. Then we have 2 rank up magics in the form of Astral Force and Revolution Force. There will be 2 rank up Raidraptor cards coming out soon. 1 in Clash of Rebellions and another one in the set after that. And they will be better than this card really. So, but for now, 1 Revolution Force, it does the job what we need. And an Astral Force can get out some of our biggest ranked monsters, so we use that. They're pretty consistent because we can also dump them for Summon a Monk anyways, so they're not too dead draws really. Then for the traps, we have 2 Raidraptor Readiness. It just protects our Raidraptors when we need it, as well as protecting our life points by banishing it. 1 Icarus Attack. We do have 10 Winged Beasts in the deck, so 1 Icarus Attack is good. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, 2 Fiendish Chains for monster negations, and 2 Call of the Haunters because we again want to spam the fields. So that's the main deck. Then we have for our extra deck, we have 1 of each of the Raidraptors at the moment, being Revolution Falcon, Blaze Falcon, and Rise Falcon. You don't go into Rise Falcon that much, though it's very easy to, well, I say very easy to do, it is quite easy to do. But you mostly go for it if your opponent has tons of special summoned monsters on the field, and you can just go and swing all of them. These 2 you go into a lot more often, and there are ways of doing it. For the rest of the extra deck, we have 139 Beyond the Hope. playable with Astral Force, and I thought it's just a good monster to have. 2 King of the Fell Imps, Search Out Cargo to Cargoes is a must really in the extra deck, at least at 1. 1 Ragnar Zero, 1 Son Honor Arc, 1 Zero Fine, 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur. This is here for 2 reasons. One, if you go for the Thousand Blades effect, you can only play heroic monsters. So this is my option for a heroic monster. Just as a 4k beat stick for a turn that you can just swing at your opponent. And the other reason that he's in here, though this is an optional reason, is that I can go to Beyond the Hope through Astral Force using him. And Beyond the Hope is a very good monster. So got 2 plays for him. Then we have Sky Blaster, Gargaga Samurai, Planetary Ptolemaeus, or Telenite Ptolemaeus. Another triple rank 4, a triple level 4 monster that just goes into our Blaze Falcon very easily. He's the one that we will go into. And Blaze Falcon has some really good effects and can just change the whole game around for you. So we play 1 of that, 1 Lavarral Chain, we can have Grave Manipulation, and 1 number 80 Rhapsody and Berserk. Down here I got some free options that you can use. Number 66 Key Beetle. We do have again 15 darks in the deck, so Key Beetle can be played crazily. Dark Rebellion, if you can't play anything else and you have a Dark Rebellion, he's very good in this deck. He's also getting a reprint soon so he should be much cheaper for you budget players out there. So you can play him. And 104 Masquerade, he can be very good in this deck. He's a very good monster. He can be played quite easily. But yes, that's yeah. Other than that, other than those, really your extra deck is just anything that you want. This is just literally a rank 4 deck, so you can just play anything that you want really in the extra deck. They're the ones I would highly recommend. So the King of the Fell Imps really is the thing that you must have in the deck, in the extra deck for the deck to work. Just because it searches out one of your key pieces, play pieces. So King of the Fell Imps is a must. I would say, just as a fan of the archetype, that you should play some of these Raidraptor Exceeds, but that's just for the Fiend really. For the deck to work though, you need Fell Imps. But yeah, this is a very budget deck, and it's very fun to play with. I just like the use of the Raidraptors in this build, so that's why I've gone for it. Though one note, I do recommend getting these guys while you can. If you're an eBay purchaser, they're at the moment quite cheap play sets. I would recommend you get them while you can, while they're cheap, because as soon as the Entomagis come out, their price will probably skyrocket. So I would recommend getting these guys while you can. But yes, that's the deck, people. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed my deck profiles, or any of my content. Comment down below for any improvements of the deck or anything that you like about the deck. Anything would be great to hear. I like hearing feedback on deck profiles. And yeah, that's it really. And I will then see you all in the next video. Goodbye.